Good afternoon, everybody. James Gore, your county supervisor. We just finished our board meeting for today. I wanted to update everybody on a couple different items. Everything from honoring Black History Month, a big purchase by the county in terms of expansion of parks, some of the things that we're dealing with chaos at the federal level, not just funding, but also things we're dealing with in our community. An update on a report out from our closed session that happened around the Khoi tribe's Feed a Trust application, and then just a highlight for the storm that's coming. First thing is be careful, look at the projections. This storm, this atmospheric river's coming again. We have heavily saturated soils. What does that mean? It means flooding can come back rather quickly because there's not a lot of room in the soil profile to suck down all this water. So a reminder to you and to your family, go to SOCO, S-O-C-O, emergency.org. At any time, and you can check road closures and evacuation zones and other things like that. Looking like it's going to be a little bit less in terms of projections than what we faced before, but make sure you pay attention and let us know with us, the Sheriff's Office, and others if you have any needs. Reminder that 911 is only for true danger, 211 is for information and updates, so you can always go to that as well. I want to just let everyone know that that we celebrated Black History Month today. We had wonderful members of the local NAACP chapter and the North Billy Black Chamber of Commerce and other community members. It was super inspiring. There was some members of our Commission on Human Rights that read speeches that really reminded us of the true nature of the continued impacts of what it means to be a Black person in this country. Coming from a guy who's an elected leader, who's on a board that there's no Black individual serving on our Board of Supervisors, I just want to send out mass respect to the NAACP and everybody for helping to educate us on what we can do to be allies. In addition to that, I'm going to switch over to another item, which is less celebratory, but is more, we all know that we continue to get, crazy announcements out of the federal government, executive orders that are written, but also speeches that really make the individuals in our community fear many members of our community that are disadvantaged and are in not a good situation. Today, I specifically want to give a shout out to our immigrant communities, and we as a board put $500,000 into continued education and rapid response network to know your rights. If you're here under permission, know your rights if you're here undocumented. And I want to thank everybody in our community who works their tail off each and every day, no matter where they were born. Also want to call out the fear and the angst in the trans community. I sat with somebody recently who looked at me and said, I'm trans, I have a wonderful family, I've never asked for anything out of this government. I've never asked for a cent in healthcare. I've never asked for a law to be changed. All I've asked is not to be persecuted and to live my life as I see fit. And I just want to reference that there's that sentiment all the way over to outright fear of persecution. And just want to let people know that love is the way, and that we here in our office and in the wider community, if you need allies, please reach out to us, because that's what we're about. Sometimes we'll try to figure out ways we can be supportive. Other times we really need your help to align our efforts so that we're not just putting on the blinders as these things are happening, but we're opening our eyes to what you're dealing with on the ground in our community. Shout out on that note to Positive Images, one of the most amazing organizations. It gives me the chills to think about it, of acceptance and belonging that I've ever seen, and their board and their staff and other things. Last thing I'm going to end on is something that's a beautiful story. We have challenging times, we have scary times, but we also have progress. This is on the landscape. You read a report recently that in West County, over Monterey Redwoods Regional Park, we recently teamed up with, this is the County of Sonoma Ag and Open Space, along with the Save the Redwoods League, to enter into a purchase agreement with Mendocino Redwood Company for 1,500 acres. That's just absolutely amazing countryside that's going to connect with the park and be a part of a true mountains and redwoods to oceans connection. I want to give kudos to my colleague, Supervisor Linda Hopkins, who's the chair of our board this year. Her quotes were great in the article, but I want to let folks know I've also had a chance to be out there and mountain bike on that area. This is one of these gems that is going to connect so many different pieces, so much work over the last not just 20 but 50 plus years to bring these private properties and have public access to these just amazing places. And so I encourage you to read the article in the Press Democrat if you haven't, and just pay attention. I don't think I've talked about Coy. I mentioned it. We reviewed this in closed session under threat of litigation. We had many community members and even members from the Coy tribe show up today, and letters come in from all the other 5 federally recognized tribes in Sonoma County. I can only report out what is legal from closed session, and we reported out that we have not initiated either litigation or entered into negotiations with the Coy tribe, but we are still investigating litigation as a county with respect to the BIA application that went in. This is a tough one. I have opposed casino development, all sorts of casino development in my district over time. I absolutely respect different tribes' right to sovereignty and to self-determination. There's a lot of passion behind this one, but I just want to say that the process that the Bureau of Indian Affairs went through or did not go through to release an environmental impact statement that was thousands of pages and only give 30 to 60 days for us and huge areas impacted to respond to it, and then fully negated that input and just pulled it into trust at the end of the administration. What really a lot of people feel it was disingenuous to the process that had been put forth. I say this with respect to the Coy tribe and to their search for to establishing a homeland and a casino. But I am still with the county opinion in opposition of this project. And so I want to thank you all for raising your voices. There's so many things that are good, bad, and indifferent, and everybody sees them a little bit different, but stay strong, stay close to your family, huddle up as the storm comes in, and weather the ride. Thanks.